In this video, we're going over the new top 5 best guns to use here at Battlefield 3 Season 4. These class setups are going to help you guys improve your KD ratio and drop your first DNA bomb. 10 streaks recycle. This is the season you guys are going to go crazy. So if that sounds good, feel free. Drop a like in the video, subscribe to the channel, those notifications. Let me know down in the comment section, what is your favorite gun to use currently? For class setup number 1, we're taking a look at the SUPERI 46, a brand new SMG here in Season 4 that is dominant. Now, we're skipping over the muzzle, but we are going to still have some benefits under a suppressor category. Now, we're going to be rocking the Atoll Z4 suppressed barrel to keep us stealthy so we get behind their spawn and build up a quick and easy streak. And we're also taking advantage of improved gun kick control, firing aiming stability, and recoil control. This is going to be an AR SMG hybrid you can use at any and all ranges. The recoil is going to be very, very low in this class setup, which in my opinion is a very good thing. Now, we are going to rock an underbarrel, and whenever I run a barrel that is going to be improving that recoil control, I always gravitate toward the F-Tech MSP98 hand stop, not only to further smooth out that recoil pattern, but also pick up on some close range benefits, those being improved movement speed, aim walking speed, as well as vertical recoil control and gun kick control. This is a massive W of an attachment, allowing us to be dominant at any and all ranges. Now, because this is an AR SMG hybrid, we are going to run ammunition, and the high grain rounds are going to be phenomenal, further improving that bullet velocity as well as damage range on this class setup. You're going to see in the firing range, the recoil control con is going to be completely irrelevant. Now, because this is still a submachine gun, I do recommend running a magazine on this build, just in case you run into more than one player at the same time. The 40 round mag is going to ensure that you're never going to be in a situation where you don't have enough ammo to take out that player. And then finally, we are going to be running a stock on this build, and the Rescue 9 stock is phenomenal on the SUPERI 46, bumping up not only recoil control, but we're also taking advantage of sprint speed, movement speed, and tactical sprint speed. So we're going to be literally moving and grooving and still having a laser accurate submachine gun at longer ranges. Once you jump into the firing range, you're going to see here, this class setup is fantastic. We have a fast ADS, we have very, very nice strafe speed, and the recoil control is going to be easy, even though we do have an attachment that's going to be adding recoil, but going ahead and bumping up the range. Now, for the remainder of the build, we are taking advantage of the Renetti. This is going to be the best secondary in the entire game. I rock this class setup on all of my builds. We have the Veracity Carbine Kit, effectively turning this burst round pistol into a full auto submachine gun. We are rocking the 50 round drum here. We are going to be utilizing the exoskeletal vertical grip. We have on the compensated flash hider, as well as the slate reflector for ease of use at those medium as well as longer ranges. As you can see in the firing range, this is going to be a very nice build because we're literally having a 50 round SMG at our disposal that's going to have a very, very fast TTK. This is going to be a great build. Now, we are running munitions box, scavenger gloves, covert sneakers, the new compression plate gear, which is amazing, allowing us to regenerate health every single time you get a kill. Run this over Ghost. It's going to be fundamental in staying alive. And we also have on bone conduction headset, so we can hear footsteps and gunfire a lot easier. And we are going to be rocking the CCT comms vest, which will be giving us a 24/7 UAV every time you kill somebody and run over their body. Now, because streaks reset, this is going to be a perfect setup you can use to literally get your first set of streaks and continue chaining so you can get that DNA bomb. The DNA bomb can be dropped by literally letting your streaks get the kills. You do not have to get 25 gun kills anymore. There is no more MGB nuke, so the DNA bomb is attainable by a lot more players. So if you run a good class setup, like I just showed you guys, you'll be able to tear it up. So check out the SUPERI 46 build. Now, for class setup number 2, we're taking a look at the MCW. They actually buffed this weapon this update, improving its headshot multiplier. So we're gonna go right over to the conversion kit and rock the Jack Raven kit, effectively turning this AR into more of an AR SMG hybrid. That's going to be the meta for Season 4. A lot of the submachine guns, running and gunning, overall got improved this update. So we're going to make class setups to compensate for the changes. Now we're going to be taking advantage of more fire rate, mobility and handling, damage at close range, which is going to be super helpful, as well as hip fire and tac stand spread. The cons are going to be completely irrelevant. Now we're going to be going ahead and running a barrel on this build, and we're going to be rocking the MCW Cyclone long barrel to go ahead and correct some of those cons that we picked up from running the conversion kit. Cons: we're going to be picking up increased bullet velocity and range, aim idle sway, as well as firing aiming stability. Overall, a great attachment on the MCW, so you can keep this weapon under control at those longer ranges. Now we are going to run a muzzle on this build, and I do go ahead and recommend using the Scratch 20L suppressor. This is going to be a great attachment on this weapon, improving our firing aiming stability as well as keeping us off the radar 24/7. Running and gunning is going to be the new meta for season 4, so again, you want to have setups that are going to allow you to get behind their spawn and build up a quick and easy streak without being seen or heard. This is going to be a good attachment to have at your disposal. Now we are going to run an underbarrel on this build, and I do recommend going ahead and rocking the X10 Phantom 5 hand stop. Because the barrel is not going to be improving our recoil control, this is going to be a nice attachment to have to further bump up that gun kick control, vertical recoil control, and also take advantage of close range performance with that improved aim down sight speed as well as sprint to fire speed. Overall, a great attachment to have at your disposal, especially on an MCW build that you can run and gun and also treat like a submachine gun. And then finally, we are going to be doubling back over to the stock, and we're going to be rocking the RB Regal Heavy stock to further improve our long range performance, because again, this is still an AR at heart. Having improved gun kick control, recoil control, and tac stand spread is going to be a massive W on this class, so we can go full auto across the map without worrying about a thing. Once you go ahead and jump into the fire range, you're going to see here this class setup is going to be quite nice, because we are still going to have a relatively fast ADS, and the recoil control is going to be very easy to use with the MCW. Give this build a try if you are trying to use, like I said, an AR that you can still run and gun with and get a fast TTK at any and all ranges. Now, for the remainder of the build, we are still going to be rocking the Renetti, same exact class setup from before with the carbine kit. We have on the 50-round drum. We are going to be rocking the skeletal vertical grip. We have on the compensated flash hider, as well as the slate reflector for ease of use. And we have on the same exact field upgrade, munitions box, scavenger gloves, covert sneakers, that compression plate, as well as bone conduction headset. And we do have on the comms vest, giving us that 24/7 UAV. This is going to be a very nice class setup if you are trying to use a newly buffed weapon here in Season 4 that's going to be still packing a punch under the new meta circumstances. Give this a go. Now, for class setup number 3, we're taking a look at the FJX HORUS. This gun received a massive buff this update, and it's one of the best weapons here in multiplayer as well as Warzone. So if you don't have this weapon unlocked, get it unlocked and level it up ASAP. We are starting off with the barrel here so we can unlock the muzzles. Now, we are going to be rocking the heavy barrel. This is going to be a good attachment on this SMG to improve our recoil control, our gun kick control, as well as firing aiming stability. The HORUS has a weird recoil pattern. We need to go ahead and mitigate that as much as possible so we can have a submachine gun we can use at any and all ranges. Now, we are going to be running a muzzle because we unlocked it running a barrel. If you do not run a barrel, you cannot run the proper muzzles on this setup. Now, we are going to be rocking the compensated flash hider here. This is going to be a good attachment, improving more firing aiming stability, horizontal recoil, vertical recoil control, as well as shortening our radar ping for a period of time. Overall, a nice attachment to have on the HORUS so we can continuously fire and be on target and outgun as many players as possible. Now, we are not going to run an underbarrel on this setup. This submachine gun is still going to be controllable because we are running a bunch of other recoil controlling attachments. We can get away with not running an underbarrel, and to be honest, we have to go ahead and run a magazine on this build. Now, we're going to be rocking the 48-round mag on this setup, which is going to be very important, upping that capacity, allowing us to not only engage more players at the same time, but we're gonna have the ability to still have a faster ADS, which is gonna be a massive W. Sometimes the 60 round is gonna be locked. There's a current glitch going on in this game. It was locked when this weapon was first released. It's now happening again, unfortunately. So the 48 round is going to be a good choice. I'd run this over the 60 anyway, so we're not going to be going ahead and slowing down the aim down sight speed. This is going to be a submachine gun for that matter. Now, we are going to be running a stock on this build, and I do recommend going ahead and running the Lopper LXD stock. This is going to be a very good attachment, improving more gun kick control, aim idle sway, recoil control, and more firing aiming stability. Firing aiming stability is going to be key on the submachine gun in order for us to use it at longer ranges, so the recoil is not going to be getting away from us. Definitely go ahead and have this on your setup. And then finally, we are going to run an optic. The iron sights are questionable on this weapon. They're okay, but it's going to be a lot easier to go ahead and run the Jack glassless on this build, which is not only going to give us a precision sight picture, but also increase that firing aiming stability and give us less visual recoil, which is going to be a massive W for the FJX HORUS. Once you go ahead and jump into the firing range with this setup, you're going to see here this build is going to be quite nice because we still have a fast ADS. And as you guys can see, the recoil control is going to be manageable. So definitely go ahead and give this class setup a try if you're looking for an SMG build that you can essentially delete players, and I mean delete players at those longer ranges. This is going to be something you're going to really enjoy this season. For the remainder of the build, again, we have on the Renetti, same exact attachments as my previous build, and we are going to be rocking munitions box, scavenger gloves, covert sneakers. We have on the compression plate, which is even more important for a run and gun submachine gun setup, and we have on the bone conduction headset, which allows their footsteps a lot easier, and the comms vest, which will be giving us a 24/7 UAV every single time you kill somebody and run over their body, dropping a ping, you know where people are at. Overall, a nice class setup. I highly recommend going ahead and getting this unlocked right now. This weapon was recently buffed, so there's no reason to not go ahead and shake up the current meta. Now, for class setup number 4, we're gonna go ahead and run it with the MTZ556. Overall, a very rock solid assault rifle here. This is still gonna be a part of the meta, which I personally enjoy. This is one of my favorite ARs to use. Now, for the muzzle, we are going to go ahead and rack the Casas brake here. This is going to be a good attachment, improving our horizontal recoil control and firing aiming stability. Don't worry about the cons. The MTZ is a fast and good handling assault rifle by default, so we're not going to feel the aim down sight speed loss here with this attachment nearly as much as you would think. Now, for the barrel, we are going to go ahead and rock the MTZ Clinch Pro barrel. This is going to be a great attachment on this assault rifle, drastically improving our bullet velocity, damage range, firing aiming stability, as well as aim idle sway. This is going to be a great attachment because the cons are literally irrelevant. Hip fire and tack stance spread, who cares? Aim walking speed, that's not a big deal. We're going to be going ahead and dominating lobbies with this class setup, especially with this long barrel. Now, we are going to run an underbarrel on this build, and I do recommend running the Bruin heavy support grip. This is going to be completely smoothing out the recoil pattern with this weapon, improving that gun kick control, aim idle sway, horizontal recoil, as well as firing aiming stability. You are going to be dominating at longer ranges with this attachment on this setup. Do not sleep on the Bruin heavy support grip on the MTZ 556. We are going to be going ahead and jumping right over to the stock for this setup, and we are going to be going ahead and running the MTZ Marauder stock. This is going to be a good attachment on this weapon, improving more recoil control as well as gun kick control. This is going to be a nice attachment for the long range engagements, so we can go ahead and attack more SVA 545 users as well as MCW users. So definitely have this at your disposal. And then finally, we are going to be running an optic on this build, and because this weapon is going to be suited for longer ranges, we are going to rock the Jack glasses to improve that firing aiming stability, giving us less visual recoil and obviously cleaning up that optic picture. Once you go ahead and jump into the firing range, you're going to see this class setup is quite effective because we are going to have a build that's going to have a respectable ADS, and obviously this thing is not going to move. It literally has no recoil. This is a filthy class setup with the MTZ if you're looking to go full auto across the map without worrying about a thing. Now, if you do want to make a change to this class setup, let's say you want to be off the radar, I do recommend running the compensated flash hider instead. And because you are running and gunning more, you can go ahead and put on the Jack cutthroat stock. you don't have that unlocked, get it unlocked. I'm going to showcase another setup here with a little bit of a faster strafe speed, but the recoil control is going to be a little bit harder to use, but at the same time it's still going to be a good build. But like I said, for those of you who want to have literally a point and shoot laser beam, going ahead and putting on the brake with the Marauder stock is going to be the way to go with this build. Now, for the remainder of the setup, we have on Renetti, same exact attachments as we had before, and we are rocking munitions box, scavenger gloves, covert sneakers, the compression plate, bone conduction headset, as well as the comms vest, which will be giving us a 24/7 UAV. MTZ is massive W. Super happy this weapon did not receive a nerf. It is still part of the meta here in Season 4. Now, for class setup number 5, we're taking a look at the WSP9. I have no idea why they keep buffing this submachine gun, but we're gonna keep using it because apparently not that many people are running the WSP9. I mean, I don't know. This gun is amazing. Now, for the muzzle, we are going to go ahead and rock the compensated flash hider on this build to improve our vertical recoil control, horizontal recoil, and firing stability, and taking us off the radar for a short period of time. There's going to be a very nice attachment on the WSP9. It's a submachine gun. We are going to be running and gunning and dominating players inside of the Swan. Now, we are going to run a barrel on this build, and we are going to be rocking the short light barrel here. This is going to be helping us out at those close as well as medium ranges here, because we're taking advantage of aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, and sprint speed. The cons, do not worry about it. This weapon has very, very low recoil due to its fire rate. This is going to be allowing us to run and gun and also get to positions of the map a lot faster. Mid-range gunfights can be a lot easier because we can zip in and out and absolutely go crazy. Now, we are going to be running an underbarrel on the setup, and I do recommend running the FTAC MSP 98 hand stop. This is going to be a good choice on the WSP9. Now, I understand we do not have a barrel that's going to be improving our recoil control, but this gun literally is not going to move. It'd be a waste to rock the X10 Phantom 5 hand stop. This is going to be a better choice, improving our aim walking speed, vertical recoil, gun kick control, as well as movement speed. Everything we need on a submachine gun build to move and groove and dominate, we have at our disposal. Now, we are going to run a magazine, and we're going to be utilizing just the 32 round mag here. We don't need anything else besides 32, because we're going to go ahead and bump up the ammo capacity to keep it in line with some of the other submachine guns, and we're not going to be slowing down the aim down sight speed nearly as much as some of the 40 round and 50 round mags do on other weapons, as well as this weapon specifically. And then finally, we are going to be running an optic on the setup, and we are going to be rocking the Jack glasses, giving us a clean optic picture and also bumping up that firing aiming stability and removing a lot of that visual recoil. Once you go ahead and jump into the firing range, you're going to see this class setup is absolutely dominant because we have a fast ADS, we have good strafe speed, and the recoil control is going to be super easy to handle with the submachine gun. They're going to be dropped before the recoil becomes unmanageable. Doesn't really even get unmanageable. This is overall going to be a W class setup. For the remainder of the build, we are going to be running, again, the Renetti, same exact class as we ran before with that carbine kit. We do have on the 50 round drum. We're going to be rocking the SL skeletal vertical grip. We have on the compensated flash hider, and we are going to be running the slate reflector, giving us a little bit ease of use at those longer ranges. Now, do not forget to rock munitions box, scavenger gloves, covert sneakers, the compression plate, which is going to be a massive W, allowing us to run and gun and regenerate our health a lot faster. Get this unlocked right now, and we still are running bone conduction headset to hear footsteps and gunfire a hell of a lot easier. And obviously the comms vest is still on our loadout, giving us a 24/7 UAV. Every time you kill somebody, run under their body, they're dropping a radar beacon, let you know exactly where everybody is at, man. This is going to be a great WSP9 build, and overall one of the best SMGs, especially after the update. And that's it. These are going to be the top 5 guns to use right now after the Season 4 update. A lot of weapons received buffs. The WSP9 received a buff. The MTZ still rocking. The FJX HORUS received a buff. The MCW received a buff, as well as the SUPERI 46 is brand new. So if there are 2 builds you want to go ahead and run, definitely give the SUPERI 46 a try. Brand new submachine gun, no reason not use it. It is amazing. And also go ahead and give the HORUS a go. This is one of the best weapons to use in multiplayer and Warzone, and it is seriously packing a serious punch. So if you guys enjoy, feel free, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications, Hope you guys can drop some nukes. Catch you guys in the next one, man. Deuces.